Welcome to this 5-day Vinyasa Yoga series to nourish the breath, mind, and body. This practice is all about cultivating gratitude, creating inner harmony, and attuning ourselves to our innate potential. We'll begin today's practice in Child's Pose Balasana, joining the big toes together, widening the knees as much as you would like as you begin to walk your arms, your hands out in front, melting the heart towards the earth, and perhaps lowering your forehead down onto the mat. Closing the eyes, allow yourself to settle in, using this as an opportunity to check in with yourself. Take an inventory of how you are feeling. Maybe noticing if there are any sensations, tightness, or perhaps softness within the body, and maybe within the mind. As we flow throughout today's practice, I invite you to attune to your own rhythm. Know that you can take rests where you need, and always feel free to modify the practice and make it your own. You might choose to view this series as a gift to yourself, an opportunity to deepen your relationship with yourself, to strengthen the body, to calm the mind, and to honor your journey of healing, health, and inner happiness. You might like to set an intention for today's practice. Maybe this is something that you would like to carry with you throughout the duration of this series. It could be something as simple as gratitude. Gratitude for being able to move your body and for having the courage to get on your mat today. Beginning to guide your awareness towards the breath. Noticing the duration of each inhalation and of each exhalation. On your next inhalation, press into the palms and rise up into a tabletop position, realigning your knees with your hips, keeping the hips squared and aligning your wrists with your shoulders. Spreading the fingertips wide, and let's start off with a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhaling, opening the chest, gazing up. Exhale, press into the palms, curl and round the spine and guide your chin towards your chest as you separate the shoulder blades. Inhale, spinal extension, guide your tailbone skywards. Exhale, spinal flexion, tilt your tailbone towards the mat. Allowing these postures to be as small or as large as you would like. If ever you notice a region that feels a little interesting, feel free to pause and hang out there for a little bit. And join us when you're ready. Returning your spine to a neutral alignment. Grounding into your left palm. Inhale, raise the right arm, open the chest, gaze up. Exhale, guide your right arm between your left palm and your left leg, lowering onto your right shoulder. You might like to leave your left palm on the earth. Otherwise, you could guide your arm behind your back and maybe rest your fingertips towards the inner seam of your right thigh. Opening the chest. Taking one more mindful breath here. If you had your left palm behind your back, mindfully return it under your shoulder, press into your palm. Inhale, raise the right arm, open the chest. Exhale, tabletop Bamanasana. And let's prepare for Padasvabolasana on the other side. Inhale, raise the left arm, gaze up. Exhale, thread the needle as you guide your left arm onto the mat. Finding your expression of this posture. Allowing yourself to find softness. Mindfully returning your right palm underneath your right shoulder. Press into your hand. Inhale, raise the left arm, open the chest. Exhale, tabletop. From here, tucking your right toes under, gliding your right foot back, straightening your leg, and maybe shifting your weight forwards and backwards, stretching out the calf muscle, the Achilles. Pivot to the right, raising your right arm skywards as we come into a supported side plank Vashisthasana. Option to keep your right foot grounded. Otherwise, on your inhalation, float your right leg up to hip height, flex the foot, press into your heel, turn on the core. Maybe gaze up towards your right hand. This is a great posture to help us improve stability and side body strength, knowing that we are supported and close to the ground. And gently lower your foot down, come into a side body stretch, and mindfully return to your tabletop. Now glide your left leg back, finding any movement that feels good. And let's prepare for our side plank. Pivoting to the left, raising the left arm. Maybe keeping your foot grounded is enough for you. Or if you'd like, raising that leg, feeling the strength of the outer glutes, the outer hips. Seeing every breath as an opportunity to invite nourishment into your experience. Releasing all unwanted energy, all unwanted tension with every exhalation. Mindfully lower your left foot down. Inhale, stretch the left arm overhead and return to your tabletop position, taking 1 or 2 rounds of cat and cow to mobilize the spine. And when you're ready, glide the right foot back. This time, raise your right leg to hip height. Option to raise your left arm, coming into bird dog, engaging the core, pressing firmly into the thumb and the index finger of your right hand. Maybe this is enough for you, or if you'd like to join us in tiger pose, flex your right knee and use your left hand to grab a hold of the medial edge of your right ankle, keeping the left arm straight, raising the right leg as you kick back with your right foot, opening the chest, broadening the collarbones, maybe inviting a smile onto your lips, mindful breaths. On your next exhalation, mindfully releasing from the bind and returning to tabletop, taking 1 breath in cat pose as a counter posture. And when you're ready, let's prepare for our bird dog Dandayamana Balmanasana on the other side. Extending the left leg back, floating the leg up to hip height, flexing the foot, maybe raising your right arm as you reach your fingertips skywards, squaring off the shoulders and the hips. Option to find your tiger pose via Grasana. Feeling the beautiful liberation of space around the heart. Feeling the inner courage of this posture. Reminding yourself of your infinite strength and capabilities. And gently release. Return to tabletop and find a breath in cat pose, rounding the spine, breathing into the back body. Returning to tabletop, and we'll find our puppy pose, keeping your hips over your knees. Begin to walk your arms out in front, keeping the arms straight, and begin to lower your chest down, lowering your head, aligning your ears with your biceps, keeping the abdominals engaged. Perhaps this is enough for you, or if you'd like to join us in a full expression of this posture, melting your heart towards the earth, coming into a spinal extension. Option to rest your forehead or your chin on the mat. Uttan Shishosana. Gently pressing into your palms to help you elevate the chest. Option to stay in puppy pose, or let's come into our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Tucking the toes under, raising the pelvis, keeping the arms extended, melting your heart towards your thighs. Know that you can keep your heels elevated and your knees bent. If this is your first downward dog for today, it might feel nice to invite some movement into your posture. Know that you could pedal out the legs, bending one knee at a time, straightening the other leg. Continuing to gaze towards your legs or towards your abdomen, lengthening the back of the neck. Beginning to slow down any movement. feeling the strength of the posterior chain. On your next inhalation, raise your right leg, coming into three-legged dog, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, guide your right knee towards your right wrist, keeping your right foot flexed, lengthening your back leg behind you as we prepare for our pigeon pose, Kapotasana. Take a moment to open the chest and find length with the spinal column. And if it's okay for you, beginning to hinge your torso forwards, maybe lowering onto your forearms, or perhaps resting your forehead atop of your hands, feeling the deep stretch around the glutes and the outer hips. This can be a really tight and sensitive region for some of us. So if you notice any discomfort, instead of shying away from it, allow yourself to breathe into it. Create space around this experience. Give yourself full permission to experience what is unfolding for you on the mat. And taking 1 or 2 more mindful breaths here. If you're in a forward fold, gently elevating the torso, tucking the back toes under and making your way into downward facing dog. Taking any movement between sides. And when you're ready, float the left leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Kapotasana, left knee towards the left wrist. Remembering that you get to decide the intensity of this stretch. If you'd like a gentler variation of this asana, you can guide your left heel closer to your right hip. And for a deeper stretch, keeping your shin relatively parallel with the top of your mat. Allowing yourself to settle in and surrender. Feel yourself creating a space of inner nourishment within the breath, within the mind, and within the body. Gifting yourself 1 more loving breath in this forward fold. In your own time, elevating the torso, and this time shifting your weight onto your left glute and pivoting into a comfortable seated position. Perhaps that means crossing the legs or resting atop of your shins. On your next inhalation, raise the arms skywards, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. And again, inhale, find length. Exhale, lower. On your next inhalation, raise your arms. And from here, lower your left arm down, maybe lowering onto your forearm as you find a nice side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, lateral spinal flexion in the opposite direction. Let's go for 1 more round on each side, stretching out the side body, creating space, and letting go. Mindfully re-elevating the torso, rolling the shoulders back and down. Resting your hands atop of your thighs. On your next exhalation, mindfully lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Feeling a beautiful release along the right side of your neck. Chin to left collarbone. Chin to chest. Feel the weight of your head. Release the back of your neck. Inhale, center, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Chin to right collarbone. Chin to chest. Inhale, center, roll the shoulders back. On your next inhalation, raise the arms overhead, join the palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up today. Perhaps reminding yourself of the intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And if you didn't set one, maybe creating one now to carry forth with you throughout this day. Let us round off practice with one cleansing breath. Inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling out through the mouth. If you would like to join me, we will perform one repetition of the mantra Om. Inhale to prepare. Thank you so much for joining day 1 of our 5-day yoga series to nourish the breath, mind, and body. Sending you love and light. May you be well. May you experience true peace and joy. Namaste.